This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Despite an unsuccessful protest, TASMAC employees get a hike in their wages, but the revision does not go down too well. After Jayalalitha's agrarian shout-out, the DMK follows suit. Karunanidhi promises to finish the free pump set project by 2015. Meanwhile, Jayalalitha and Ramadas carry the farmers' burden an extra mile. They take up the Sriperumbudur Greenfield Airport issue. The conflict over the school fee row gets stuck at a dead end today. The stalemate between private schools and the government continues.
What to do now? What to do?
The High Court orders the state police to give a victim of child abuse his space. Involvement of ashram members to be questioned. Junior Chidambaram works out the math for the Congress's survival in 2011 poll, speaks exclusively to NDTV Hindu.
We must contest in a minimum of 2 seats per parliament, 2 assembly segments per parliament. So we should contest in about 78 seats. So we get a pan-Tamil Nadu presence.
Chennai's coastal security steps up their amphibious attack. The city is all set to welcome 2 new hovercrafts. And in a sportsmanship debate, Sri Lankan cricket apologizes for Randeep's no ball to Viru at his 99. Good evening and welcome to your primetime bulletin headlines now on NDTV Hindu. I'm Evelyn Matthew. A look at the national headlines as well. Even before a sweet surrender, the PDP leader Madani is finally arrested in connection with the 2008 Bangalore blasts. Agitations by farmers in Agra intensifies in the rarest occasion. The Congress and the opposition join hands against Mayawati. The Pandora's box of oil spills in Mumbai opens yet another scare. 2 missing containers spell grave danger. And an engineering student in Delhi commits suicide, allegedly because of ragging, but the college denies any such incident. Well, ask for a yard and the DMK government will give an inch, it seems. After heated agitations from TASMAC workers demanding secure jobs, more salary and weekly offs, the Chief Minister has given one of it, the salary hike. But that, employees say, is as good as nothing.
அனுமதி மறுக்கப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. எனவே அதையும் மீறி நாங்கள் இந்த ஆர்ப்பாட்டம் டாஸ்மாக் ஊழியர்களுடைய அந்த கோரிக்கை நிறைவேறும் வரை எங்களுடைய போராட்டம் தொடரும்.
Days after the high-spirited battle between the TASMAC workers and the DMK government, it seems that no one is the loser or winner. The government has agreed to give TASMAC workers a hike in salary. Perhaps the fact that opposition parties united supporting the demands had provoked the government. The supervisors have been given a salary hike of 500 rupees to 4,500 a month. The salesmen will now get 3,200 rupees a month, a 400 rupee hike. And the bar attenders have got an increase of 300 rupees to 2,400 rupees a month. But the TASMAC employees who are demanding permanent jobs, better salary and better working conditions are still sulking.
Confirm ena pannirundhe or basic or 7000 rupees ஒரு கொடுத்தனா ஓரளவு பரவாயில்லை அட்ஜஸ்ட்மென்ட் பண்ணி பண்ணலாம் இல்ல கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணலனா கூட ஒரு salary ஒரு 7000 ரூபாய் கொடுக்குற மாதிரி ரெடி பண்ணிருக்கலாம் அதுமே இல்லாத வெறும் கண் தொடப்புக்காக தான் கொடுத்த salary மாதிரி தான் இருக்கு 400 ரூபாய்.
The TASMAC workers are very clear that this hike is just not enough and all they want is a permanent government employee status. With camera person Kuti Raja, Ramanathan for NDTV Hindu.
Staying with political news, Jayalalitha's counsel filed a petition on her behalf today at the Madras High Court in the gift check case. This was to quash the proceedings of the CBI court, stating that there was an inordinate delay in filing the charge sheet by the CBI. In 1992, when Jayalalitha held office, she had received gifts amounting to 2 crore rupees. The CBI then had filed a case against her in 1996 for receipt of such a huge amount as a gift for her birthday. 10 years later, too, the CBI filed a charge sheet in the same case.
The delay in conducting the investigation is in violation of Article 21 of the Constitution. The concept of speedy trial includes speedy investigation also. In this case, without any reason, the CBI delayed the investigation and prolonged the investigation for nearly 10 years. Hence, the entire proceedings are vitiated. Hence, on that ground, I will file an application seeking to quash the proceedings under Section 482 of the CRPC.
Meanwhile, wooing her voters after Trichy, opposition leader Jayalalitha is once again backing the farmers' community. She has now expressed solidarity with the farmers at Sriperumbudur by announcing that her party will be staging an agitation against the government's move to acquire the 6,921 acres for the Greenfield Airport there. In a statement, she has said that this process will threaten the livelihood of thousands of farmers and affect the education of several school children there. Jayalalitha also condemned the lathi charge against the protesting farmers a week ago. Meanwhile, the PMK chief, Dr. Ramadas, has joined in chorus. He is now opposing the land acquisition for the Greenfield Airport. In a statement, he has said that he will lead a protest against the same at Thiruvallur on the 23rd of this month. He's also called out to the DMK regime as well to respect the Grama Sabha's resolutions against acquisitions and evictions. And joining us for more inputs on the story, our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed now joins us live from our newsrooms. Peer, Mr. Ramadas has been quite vocal about the Greenfield Airport's construction for a while now. But now, while there are speculations about a deal with the DMK, why is Dr. Raya raking up this issue once again?
Yes, Evelyn, particularly the villages, the over 25 villages which are going to be affected because of the acquiring of land being done by the government officials. Now they are all in the Kanjipuram Thiruvallur district border, and which is a solid vote bank of the PMK, and he cannot afford to look away from the issue. That is one thing. And also he is putting pressure on the DMK at this point of time, particularly after cases were filed against Kaduvatti Guru, the Vaniyar Sangam president, after he made very fiery speech at Ariyalur on the issue of reservation for 1 year. And he convened a high-level PMK party meeting and passed resolutions against filing of cases against Kaduvatti Guru, and he asked the government to withdraw the cases against Guru, and he charged that these cases are filed on the eve of elections just to threaten and blackmail the PMK. And also the issue was taken up by Jayalalitha, ADMK Supremo, immediately. After Thursday, the protest by the villages happened, and on Friday, Jayalalitha came out in support of the villages, and she will gain more votes in that particular region, particularly next year being election year. And Ramadas cannot sit back and watch somebody else taking over his constituency. Also, that seems to be the reason behind he also joining the bandwagon of protest against the DMK regime on this particular issue, Evelyn.
Right, Peer. Also, Dr. Ramadas has been quite unhappy with the police targeting his partyman Kaduvatti Guru. Do you think this has become a flashpoint between the DMK and the PMK once again?
Yes, this created misunderstanding between both the parties. When last time Guru was put under National Security Act and he was imprisoned, immediately the DMK-PMK alliance was broken at that point of time. And again now the cases being filed against Guru is seen as the relationship between both the parties getting bitter day by the day, and this is an indication that DMK is using some kind of tactic, which Ramadas calls as threatening tactics or blackmailing tactics, to bring PMK into the DMK fold. That is what Ramadas is saying. But Ramadas has been in secret talks with the DMK. He sent his party MLAs to meet Chief Minister and DMK Chief Karunanidhi on 2 occasions, and he was saying that he is open about alliances. But after these cases were filed against Guru, he took a open stand against DMK and said that, we won't bow down to the DMK because of these threatening tactics. Because Guru is an important person and crowd puller for the PMK, and they cannot afford to lose him, and they cannot afford to send him to the prison at this point of time when elections are just 8 months away. Evelyn.
Right, thanks very much indeed for that, Peer Muhammad, joining us with the latest details. Clearly the scene heating up with the political parties up in action and in protests. Now, a week after the Chief Minister reiterated that the revised fee structure recommended by the Govindarajan Committee would stay, the jolted private schools are desperate, it seems, to find a way to say their side of the story. From meeting the Chief Minister to giving advertisements in the papers, private schools are virtually starting a campaign in their favour.
A desperate measure by the private schools in the state. A half-page advertisement highlighting their plight if the revised fee structure recommended by the Govindarajan Committee is implemented. A ray of hope when the appointment came from the Chief Minister of the state. But their hopes were shot down when the meeting failed to take place. The disappointed schools want the government to rework the fee structure.
அவங்க எல்லாரும் நல்ல விழிப்புணர்வு இருக்கு, அவங்களுக்கு எல்லாரும் தெரியும் இதே மாதிரி ஃபீஸ் கட்டினா இதமான தரமான கல்வி கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்றதுல சேர்த்திருக்காங்க. இப்ப திடீர்னு இந்த அனௌன்ஸ்மென்ட் வந்தனால பேரண்ட்ஸ் மத்தியில ஒரு இருக்கு, அதுவும் 1-2 பேரண்ட்ஸ் அவங்க இப்ப கன்வின்ஸ் ஆயிட்டாங்க, 6 மாசம் ஆயிடுச்சுங்க. அதனால எங்களுக்கு என்னன்னா இந்த சம்பளம் கொடுக்கணும், ஸ்கூல் எல்லா ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸும் கொடுக்கணும், அதாவது ஆர்ஓ மினரல் வாட்டர் பிள்ளைங்களுக்கு கொடுக்கணும், நல்ல ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ் எல்லாம் கொடுக்கணும்னா இருக்கிற ஃபீஸ் தான். இத கட் பண்ணா திருப்பி நிறைய எல்லாமே பாதிப்பும், தரமான கல்வி கொடுக்கற பாதிக்கும் அப்படின்றதுல தான் அது சம்பந்தமா தான் நாங்க மீட் பண்ணலாம்னு வந்தோம்.
A few days ago, the Govindarajan Committee had clarified that a decision on the revised fee structure for the 6,400 schools who have filed objections will be announced only by the next academic year, and until then, the announced revised fee structure should be operational in private schools.
For the current academic year, private schools have already collected fees like they do every year. Refund of excess fee, they say, is not possible. As of now, we can see more such advertisements from private school owners. In Chennai, Minal Shah, NDTV Hindu. In what looks like another shameful case of child sexual abuse, the Madras High Court has ordered the state police to keep away from a 14-year-old boy who went through severe mental torture at an ashram in the state where he was studying. The boy, Ananthakrishnan, was residing there along with his mother after his father passed away. He has alleged sexual abuse by 2 junior heads of the ashram for over a year now. It was the boy's aunt who filed a petition with the Madras High Court asking the police to stay away from her nephew. The boy is in her custody now and says that if disturbed, there may be danger to his life. She sought a court direction forbearing the authorities concerned and the ashram for taking any coercive steps for obtaining the custody of the boy. She also sought a judicial inquiry into the affairs of the ashram. Our senior correspondent Peer Muhammad spoke to that 14-year-old victim who narrated his nightmarish experience.
அங்கே தருமபுரம் ஆதீனம்னு அங்கே கீழே உள்ளவங்க, அங்கே அவங்களோட கீழே நாங்கள் இருந்தோம். எங்கள் தாத்தா அங்கே வேலை செஞ்சுட்டு இருக்கிறதுனால அங்கே நாங்கள் போய் தங்கியிருந்தோம். அங்கே வந்து ஸ்கூல் விட்டு வர ஸ்கூலில் சேர்க்கறதுக்காக ஒரு 2 நாள் கழிச்சு ஸ்கூலில் சேர்த்தாங்க. அங்கே போனேன். அதுக்கப்புறமா அங்கே வந்து 2 ஸ்கூல் விட்டு வந்தோடனே சாமியார்லாம் ஃபோன் பண்ணி, கீழே உள்ள தம்பிரான் சுவாமிகள்லாம் ஃபோன் பண்ணி கூப்பிட்டு கால் அமுத்தி விட்றா, இந்த மாதிரி கால் ரொம்ப வலிக்குது அந்த மாதிரிலாம் சொல்கிறது. அப்புறம் அவங்க போட்டிருக்க ட்ரெஸ் எல்லாம் அலசி கொடுக்கணும், அந்த மாதிரிலாம் பண்ணுவாங்க. கண்ட இடத்துல கை வச்சு தப்பாலாம் பேசுவாங்க என்கிட்ட. அந்த மாதிரி நிறையா பண்ணிகிட்ருக்காங்க. அது ரொம்ப எனக்கு பிடிக்கல, ஒரு மாதிரி இருந்தது. அதனால் நான் எங்கள் அத்தைகிட்ட வந்து அதெல்லாம் சொல்லாமல் இங்கே ரொம்ப டார்ச்சலாக இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிவிட்டு எங்கள் அத்தையோட நான் வந்துட்டேன்.
Now, Chennai city is all set to roll out their red carpets for 2 brand new hovercrafts by December next year that's capable of moving over land and water. Now, these are vehicles that are used for anti-smuggling and anti-infiltration operations, particularly in shallow waters around India's extensive coastline and offshore islands. One such hovercraft, purchased at around a cost of 20 crore rupees a decade ago, has landed in Chennai for patrolling the nearby coastline regions, considering its vulnerability.
As far as vulnerability is concerned, today's scenario, you all know better.
These words from the Coast Guard DIG point towards the 26/11 attack, where a detailed probe revealed that terrorists made their way into Mumbai via the Arabian Sea. Patrolling along the Indian coast was then intensified. Tamil Nadu has the second longest coastline in India, extending to 1,076 kilometers. Considering its vulnerability, among the 6 hovercrafts available with the Indian Coast Guard, 2 are positioned in Mandabam, located near Rameshwaram. As part of intensifying security during the Independence Day celebrations, one such hovercraft from Mandabam was brought to patrol coastal areas around Chennai. Coastal commandants say the hovercraft has several advantages over a ship or a boat.
நம்ம ஹார்பர் மாதிரி ஸ்பெஷலாக ஒரு பர்திங் அந்த அரேஞ்ச்மெண்ட்லாம் தேவையில்லை. நீங்கள் பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. ஸோ இது எந்த பீச்சில் வேணாலும் இது வந்து நேராக எங்கே ஃப்ரெஷ் சாண்ட் இருக்கோ இது வந்து பீச் பண்ணலாம். அண்ட் தென் உடனே ஏதாவது த்ரெட்னாக்கா இது கடலுக்கு போகலாம். அண்ட் இது நார்மலி இதோட ஸ்பீட் வந்து ஒரு 40 to 50 kilometers per hour, which is very high speed.
The hovercraft moves on a cushion of air pressure armed with a half-inch machine gun. It can be used for attacking enemies too. Landing troops from ship to land, the crafts are capable of operating in marshy areas, deserts and can pass over obstacles up to a height of 1 meter. India has placed an order for 12 such hovercrafts which will move at a speed of 50 kilometers per hour over water and land. In Chennai, with reporter Salim, Lokpriya for NDTV Hindu.
Now, a question that's doing the rounds in political circles is, what's the Congress's possible seat-sharing formula with the DMK for next year's assembly poll? AICC member and the son of the Union Home Minister, Karthi P. Chidambaram, explains the math of his proposal in an exclusive interview to our executive editor, Sanjay Pinto.
Are you representing the new aggressive face of the Congress in Tamil Nadu?
I don't know whether I'm the aggressive face of the Congress in Tamil Nadu, but I definitely think that I am articulating a point of view
which is
of the unheard worker
which
who's
is
sort of been silent and rather been yearning for the 43 years we've been out of government.
Which is?
I think we've reached the point where the average party worker wants a greater role for the Congress in Tamil Nadu.
So what does this mean? I mean, you're answering in generic terms. What does this exactly mean? Power sharing in 2011?
What it means is that we need to be a lot more proactive and we need to contest in a far more number of seats than we usually contest.
You've come up with some formula, I think in Tirvarur you said what, 78 seats?
No, it's not a number, it's not a number which I've pulled out of the hat. I think what would be fair for the Congress is that we are not a party which is confined to a particular region of Tamil Nadu or confined to a particular community of Tamil Nadu. We are a pan-India party and we are present in all districts of Tamil Nadu, right from Kanyakumari up to Hosur.
So how many seats do you
want? So there are 39 parliamentary constituencies in Tamil Nadu. Today, with the new delimitation formula, there are 15 parliamentary constituencies in which there is not a single Congress MLA. There are 3 parliamentary constituencies in the city.
And don't forget to catch that entire interview on Off the Record with Sanjay Pinto at 10:30 tonight. This is Headlines Now. National news and sports updates coming up on the other side. Do stay with us.